Hello again, everyone. Todd Michael Putnam from Creative Adventure Tables and bringing you another adventure table idea. And this one is the flooded mines of Gemstone Island. The flooded mine of Gemstone Island. The idea behind it is pretty straightforward. The heroes have been hired in order to act as armed escorts for a ship that sails out into the ocean and heads towards a secret island known as Gemstone Island that the humans had discovered. And the humans had discovered that there were, inside the cave itself, there were all kinds of semi-precious and precious stones and stuff and minerals to be mined. They asked the dwarves if they would help them dig deeper and do the mine itself, and the dwarves refused, saying it was a foolish endeavor. But of course, the greedy humans decided to press forward anyways and begin excavating the mine out and searching for these more semi-precious and precious stones. And each month, a sailing ship would come out, and then they would disembark on a small little skiff that you have over here, and they would grab whatever semi-precious and precious stones they had been able to mine out and bring it back to the owners of the mine. And the heroes, all they had to do was accompany the ship because they're being precious, semi-precious stones. In case of pirates or anything like that, their job was to basically act as couriers. And so when the heroes when the ship arrives at the location, the heroes go across and they go into the mine, and there is no miners waiting for them. It's empty. There's supplies and stuff there, but there's nothing actually going on. You don't find any miners. And so the heroes head further inside, and they get to this section right here, where it's basically starts going down and down into the mine proper. And when they get to about this section right here, it's actually flooded. There's water, maybe ankle deep, over this section of the mine going in. And so the heroes can either use magic, or you can have certain types of seaweed and stuff that's available that's right off the coast, that if they chew on that, it gives the players an hour or two that they can breathe underwater. And they begin doing the exploring to find out what happened to the miners, how it got flooded, and of course to secure the precious and semi-precious stones. So headed down through, it comes to the actual mine shafts itself. All of this is flooded, so the characters have to do swimming underwater for all of it. I would say with the seaweed, and when they eat that, they are able to cast spells and stuff that require a verbal component, but you could always make it tougher, that it could only be somatic component type spells, and somatic or material components they could cast if you wanted to make it a little bit tougher. And these are just staging areas that are here, and then they dig even deeper down, going these steps, and you can see there's some bodies that are floating around in various areas of people that were trying to make it back out of the mine, but they didn't get there fast enough when the mine came flooding in with the seawater, and so there's a number of corpses that are floating around that have been eaten away at by fish and small crabs and things like that. And in the first section of the mine here that they get to, these are all just supplies and stuff. The standard things that they would expect to find, with picks and axes and bags to put stuff in. And then there's carts and stuff that in certain areas that are filled with certain types of minerals or iron or anything that they might have found, raw materials for that. And they find one of the first gemstone areas there that they've been picking off of, and there's nothing in here other than a body. So the gemstones are in there, but as the players continue to swim on through, they come to areas where they find the sea creatures themselves have begun invading into the mine. And so there's this giant snail type creature that they have to fight, that's also going around, that's basically guarding, although it's not really guarding, but is decided to inhabit this area, and so it's territorially guarding this area. But of course that would stop the players from getting access to the semi-precious gems and stuff, so they would have to defeat that. All this is underwater. If they go a little bit further down, they come to the area where the mine itself, one of the shafts broke open, and it goes out into the sea proper. You can still see where it goes into the rest of the mine shaft and the rest of the mine. But this is the area that apparently collapsed and the ocean water came rushing in, and it's from here that the sea creatures have entered into the mine and are doing their stuff. Going into this one here, there's a nest of giant crabs that's crawling around, and they're chomping away at some former miners and having lunch. Again, more semi-precious gemstones and stuff that are floating around here for that section. And then if you follow this around, there's some more storage areas. That comes into a section over here where there's a giant octopus, which is kind of cool. And then this section here, which I like, which is an enclosed area where there's a couple of mako sharks that are swimming around that the players would have to deal with or contend with. If they go further in back, there's an area where the miners were not mining because they opened up in this area and they discovered basically subterranean roper type creatures. So there's nothing of value in there, but the players won't know that until they go search. And then, of course, you're fighting underwater ropers, which is an exciting, fun thing. And if the players do decide that they want to go out and swim, pardon me, outside of the mine itself, then, of course, there's always the shark-infested waters that the heroes can check around and stuff. And so that's it. It's a multi-level build. Designed to of course, as always, it would be covered in black poster board to cover off the areas so the players couldn't actually see what's going on, down below or what's in each of the individual rooms. But it's a multi-level build. These are 24 by 24 inch clear plexiglass that's underneath this right here. The water stuff on top of this is 12 inch by 12 inch Dwarven Forge river tiles. Those are front and back on both sides. This particular side looks great for like standing type water or relatively calm water. The other one has more of like a river type flow to it. The waves right here are from Griffin Co. Grifffonco. They're 3D printed. Those things are fantastic. This ship has been recently repainted, but it's from WizKids, the Falling Star. I love this thing. I have 2 of them. For ship-to-ship battles. This thing is absolutely fantastic. So I just had it repainted. Nick Gomez did a fantastic job of adding this in, putting those green colors into it, painting the back gold and stuff, and just adding some nice accent points onto the ship that differentiates it from the other ship, which has more of a mahogany colored rail system that I had him paint onto it. So love that from WizKids Monster Fight Club. Over in here, the crashing waves is literally just nothing more than doll stuffing from Amazon. It was like $8 for the bag. It's sitting on top of more Dwarven Forge, what do you want to call it? Like grassland type terrain trays. And it also has Dwarven Forge, their standard cave systems or caverns. Dwarven Forge caverns are great. And Monster Fight Club, love those guys. I use their hills and trees all the time, and that's what you're seeing here. It's a Monster Fight Club tree, and these are Monster Fight Club hills, screwed together on the, just to create the outside edge of the mine, so to speak, and then on the inside is all the Dwarven Forge for their cavern system. This big piece right here is the Sky Dock. Ooh, I don't know if I think that's from Printable Scenery. It's either Printable Scenery or EC3D Designs. I got it a couple years ago. I'm betting heavily that it's Printable Scenery. It's called the Sky Dock, but it's supposed to be for like airships and stuff like that. But it works perfectly for any kind of leveling. You can see that there's stairs there, and they go down and around the whole thing. So it's perfect for any time you want to go, going deeper into the mines. Down below is all Dwarven Forge cavern tiles again, except for these type of tiles that you see here. These are actually 3D printed World War II trench terrain trays from Printable Scenery that I just had painted up in such a way that hopefully they pass as mine shafts. That's what I saw when I first saw them. I was like, what, they would double as mine shafts really well. So So that's what I did for that. And that's what the overwhelming majority of all of this is. They're either those World War II mine shafts from printable scenery or the cavern tiles from Dwarven Forge. The plants are nothing more than aquarium plants. You go to Amazon and just look for aquarium decorations, aquarium plants, and those that's what's going to be those things right there. This this is a desert map. The battle map is a desert map. I got to be honest with you, I don't even remember who I got it from. I wish I could tell you. I've got like 50 maps and sometimes I forget. But it's like a light beige desert colored map. But it works perfectly for ocean floors, for sandy type ocean floors. So I often use it for that. Gives that feeling to it. Does a good job. It's vinyl. So I don't. It's not my favorite type of mat because vinyl mats, although they roll up smaller and they are cheaper, so those are the good portions or the good side of vinyl mats. The downside to it is certain angles the sun glints off of it or lights glint off of it. It can be very distracting to your player's eyes. So that's just something to consider. But again, the positives, they are cheaper. They do roll up smaller than some of the other style of mats, especially the mouse mat type ones. So that's basically it. Other than these right here are nothing more than 22-ounce tumbler glasses that I got off of Amazon. Just got a whole bunch of them. I can't remember how much they cost, but you just go to Amazon, the 22-ounce tumbler, clear plastic tumbler, and these happen to come up. And I just use them as stackable. Just stack them up and then put the 24 by 24 inch clear plexiglass on the top of that, and then put the Dwarven Forge terrain trays on top of that, and there you go. You've got the upper level ocean and the island, and then of course you've got the mine down below, and you've got the ocean underneath. So that just helps convey that and cover it. And it's super quick to build. Just 4 sets of glasses stacked one on top of the other. 4 sets of 4, one for each corner for the 24 by 24 inch trays, and it's solid. It doesn't, that's not really not going anywhere unless you seriously, go out of your way to try and knock it over. It's very stable and it worked great. So that's it. That is the flooded mine of Gemstone Island. If you guys enjoying the videos, if you like the adventures, please like and subscribe. Really helps out the channel a lot and lets me know to keep on making these. So thank you so much for watching Creative Adventure Tables, and I will see you guys next adventure. Last thing I just wanted to say, yes, we used to be called D&D Creative Table Designs. With the whole OGL thing going on, I'm not a Wizards of the Coast hater. I don't hate them or anything like that. It's their properties, their name. They can do whatever they legally feel they should be able to do. But since D&D is a registered trademark of Wizards of the Coast, I just felt it wasn't appropriate for me to continue using the name. And so I decided to change the name to more accurately reflect what I actually do, which is created adventure tables for whatever gaming system you're using. So, but you may see some future videos that still stays D&D Creative Table Designs. Why is that? Well, because I film some of this stuff as much as 2 and 3 months in advance and ahead of time. I try to have a forward queue just in case my job or stuff like that gets in the way. That's it. It's still going to be Creative Adventure Tables, the same. It's going to be all the same content you've been seeing, and I look forward to seeing you next adventure. Take care, guys. Bye.